Firstly, about the past 5 years, our work and historic change. The 5 years since the 18th National Congress have been a truly remarkable 5 years in the course of the development of the party and the country. Outside China, we have been confronted with sluggish global economic recovery, frequent outbreaks of regional conflicts and disturbances, and intensifying global issues. At home, we have entered profound changes as China has entered a new normal in economic development. We have upheld the underlying principle of pursuing progress while ensuring stability, risen to challenges, pioneered and pushed ahead, and made historic achievements in reform, opening up, and socialist modernization. To put the guiding principles from our 18th National Congress into action, the Party Central Committee has held 7 plenary sessions. There, decisions and plans were made on issues of major importance, from reforming the institutions, transforming the functions of government, to deepening reform in all areas, advancing law-based governance, formulating 13th Five-Year Plan, and seeing governance over the party is exercised fully and with vigor. In the past 5 years, we have implemented the 5-sphere integrated plan and the 4-pronged comprehensive strategy, fulfilled the goals of the 12th Five-Year Plan, and made smooth progress in implementing the 13th Five-Year Plan. On all fronts, new advances have been made for the cause of the party and the country. We have made major achievements in economic development. We have remained committed to the new development philosophy, adopted the right approach to development, and endeavored to transform the growth model. The result has been a constant improvement in the quality and effect of development. The economy has maintained a medium-high growth rate, making China a leader among the major economies. With the GDP rising from 54 trillion to 80 trillion RMB yuan, China has maintained its position as the world's second-largest economy and contributed more than 30% of global economic growth. The supply-side structural reform has made further headway, bringing a steady improvement in the economic structure. Emerging industries like the digital economy are thriving. The construction of high-speed railways, highways, bridges, ports, airports, and other types of infrastructure has picked up pace. Agricultural modernization has steadily advanced. The annual grain production has reached 600 million metric tons. The level of urbanization has risen by an annual average of 1.2 percentage points, and more than 80 million people who have moved from rural to urban areas have gained permanent urban residency. Regional development has become more balanced. The Belt and Road Initiative and coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region and the development of the Yangtze Economic Belt have made notable progress. Through devoting great energy to implementing the innovation-driven development strategy, we have seen accomplishments towards making China a country of innovators, with major advances made in science and technology, including Tiangong-2 Space Lab, deep-sea manned submersible Jiaolong, and of the 500-meter aperture spherical telescope Tianyan, the launch of dark matter probe satellite Wukong and quantum science satellite Mozi, and the test flights of C919. Construction on islands and reefs in South China Sea has seen steady growth. Open economy has been steadily improved. Now, China leads the world in trade, outbound investment, and foreign exchange reserves. We have made major breakthroughs in deepening reform. We have taken comprehensive steps to deepen reform quickly but steadily, and worked with resolve to remove institutional barriers in all areas. We have taken moves across the board, achieved breakthroughs in many areas, and made deeper progress in reform. We have pursued reform in a more systematic, holistic, and coordinated way, increasing its coverage and depth. Thanks to the launch of over 1,500 reform measures, breakthroughs have been made in many key areas, and the general frameworks for reform have been established in major fields. The system of socialism with Chinese characteristics has been further improved, with notable progress made in modernizing China's system and capacity for governance. Throughout society, development is full of vitality and is driven by greater creativity. We have taken major steps in developing democracy and the rule of law. We have actively developed socialist democracy and advanced law-based governance. We have stepped up institution building across the board to make integrated advances in party leadership and the people running the country and law-based governance. We have improved the institutions and mechanisms by which the party exercises leadership in a continuous way. Steady progress has been made in enhancing socialist democracy, inter-party democracy has been expanded, and socialist consultative democracy is flourishing. The patriotic united front has been consolidated and developed, and new approaches have been adopted for work related to ethnic and religious affairs. Further progress has been made in ensuring our legislation is sound, law enforcement is strict, judicial justice is upheld, and the law is observed by everyone. Our efforts to build a country, government, and society based on the rule of law have been mutually reinforcing. The system of distinctively Chinese socialist rule of law has been steadily improved, and public awareness of the rule of law has risen markedly. Good progress has been made in piloting the reform of the national supervision system, and effective measures have been taken to reform the system of government, administration, and judicial system, and develop systems to apply checks and oversight over the exercise of power. We have made significant advances on theoretical and cultural fronts. We have strengthened party leadership over ideological work, and explored new ground in advancing party-related theories. The importance of Marxism as a guiding theory is even better appreciated. Socialism with Chinese characteristics and the China dream have been embraced by our people. Core socialist values and fine traditional Chinese culture are alive in the people's hearts. Initiatives to improve public etiquette and ethical standards have proved successful. Public cultural services have been improved. Art and literature are thriving, and cultural programs and industries are going strong. The development, administration, and functioning of Internet services have been enhanced. Fitness for all programs and competitive sports have seen extensive growth. Our country's underlying values hold greater appeal than ever before, and the wave of positive energy felt throughout the society is building. We, the Chinese people, have greater confidence in our culture. China's soft power and international influence of the Chinese culture have greatly been improved. There is greater unity in thinking both within the party and throughout society. We have steadily improved people's living standards. Our vision of making development people-centered has been acted on. A whole raft of initiatives to benefit the people has seen implementation, and the people's sense of fulfillment has grown stronger. Decisive progress has been made in the fight against poverty. More than 60 million people have been lifted out of poverty, and the poverty headcount ratio has dropped from 10.2% to less than 4%. All-round progress has been made in the development of education, with remarkable advances made in the central and western regions and in rural areas. Employment has registered steady growth, with an average of over 13 million urban jobs created each year. Growth of urban and rural personal incomes has outpaced economic growth, and the middle-income group has been expanding. A social security system covering both urban and rural residents has taken shape. Both public health and medical services have improved markedly. The solid progress has been made in building government-subsidized projects to ensure basic housing needs are met. Social governance systems have been improved. Law and order has been maintained, and national security has been fully enhanced. We have made notable progress in building an ecological civilization. We have devoted serious energy to ecological conservation. As a result, the entire party and the whole country have become more purposeful and active in pursuing green economy. And there has been a clear shift away from the tendency to neglect ecological and environmental protection. Efforts to develop a system for building an ecological civilization have been accelerated, and the system of functional zoning has been improved. Progress has been made in piloting the national park system. Across-the-board efforts to conserve resources have seen encouraging progress, and the intensity of energy and resource consumption has been significantly reduced. Smooth progress has been made in major ecological conservation and restoration projects, and forest coverage has been increased. Ecological and environmental governance has been significantly strengthened, leading to marked improvements in the environment. Taking a driving seat in international cooperation to respond to climate change, China has become an important participant, contributor, and torchbearer in the global endeavor for ecological civilization. We have initiated a new stage in strengthening and revitalizing the armed forces. With a view to realizing the Chinese dream and the dream of building a powerful military, we have developed a strategy for the military under new circumstances and have made every effort to modernize national defense and the armed forces. We convened the Gutian military political work meeting to revive and pass on the proud traditions and fine conduct of our party and our armed forces, and have seen a strong improvement in the political integrity of the People's Armed Forces. Historic breakthroughs have been made in reforming national defense and the armed forces. We have established a new military structure with the Central Military Commission exercising leadership, the theater commands responsible for military operations, and the services focusing on developing capacities. This represents a revolutionary restructuring of the organization and the services of the People's Armed Forces. We have strengthened military training and war preparedness and undertaken major missions related to the protection of maritime rights, countering terrorism, maintaining stability, disaster rescue and relief, international peacekeeping, escort services in the Gulf of Aden, and humanitarian assistance. We have stepped up to weapons and equipment development and made major progress in enhancing military preparedness. The People's Armed Forces have taken solid strides on the path of building a powerful military with Chinese characteristics.
We have made new progress in work related to Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. We have fully and faithfully implemented the principle of one country, two systems and ensured that the central government exercises its overall jurisdiction over Hong Kong and Macau as mandated by the Chinese Constitution and Basic Law of the two special administrative regions. We have thus boosted exchanges and cooperation between the mainland and the two regions and maintained prosperity and stability in Hong Kong and Macau. We have upheld the One China principle and 1992 consensus, promoted the peaceful development of cross-strait relations, strengthen cross-strait economic and cultural exchanges and cooperation, and held a historical meeting between the leaders of the two sides. We have responded as appropriate to the political development in Taiwan, resolutely opposed and deterred separatist elements advocating Taiwan independence, and vigorously safeguarded peace and stability in the Taiwan Straits. We have made further progress in China's diplomacy on all fronts. We have made all-round efforts in the pursuit of major country diplomacy with Chinese characteristics, that's advancing China's diplomatic agenda in a comprehensive, multi-level, multifaceted way and creating a favorable external environment for China's development. We have jointly pursued the Belt and Road Initiative, initiated the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, set up the Silk Road Fund, and hosted the first Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation, the 22nd APEC Economic Leaders Meeting, the G20 2016 Summit in Hangzhou, the BRICS Summit in Xiamen, and the fourth summit of the Conference on Interactions and Confidence-Building Measures in Asia. China champions development for a community with a shared future of mankind and encourages development of a global governance system. With this, we have seen a further rise in China's international influence, ability to inspire and power to shape. And China has made great new contributions to global peace and development. We have achieved remarkable outcomes, ensuring full and strict governance over the party. We have made sweeping efforts to strengthen party leadership and party building, and taken strong actions in transform lax and weak governance over the party. We encourage all party members to hold the party constitution in great esteem, or urge them to strengthen their consciousness of the need to maintain political integrity, think in big picture terms, and follow the leadership core in keeping alignment, and to uphold the authority of the Central Committee and the centralized unified leadership, with tightened political discipline and rules to ensure the political responsibility for governance over the party is fulfilled at each level of the party organization. We have committed to examining ourselves in a mirror, tidying our attire, taking a bath, and treating our alignments. Launched activities to see members command and act on the party's mass line, and initiate a campaign for the observation of the 3 stricts and 3 earnests. We have regularized and institutionalized the requirement for all party members to have a solid understanding of the party constitution, party regulations, and related major policy addressed to meet party standards. As a result, the ideals and conviction of all party members have been strengthened, and their sense of the party consensus have deepened. We have adapted a standard fitting for a new era to assess the caliber of officials and achieve a notable improvement in the way officials are selected and appointed. Further advances have been made in the reform and institutional framework for party building. We have given top priority to ensure compliance with the party discipline and tackle the prominent problems that promote the strong public reaction that threaten to erode the very foundation of the party governance. We adopt the 8-point decisions on improving party and government conduct have taken through actions against practice of formularities for formality's sake, bureaucratism, hedonism, and extravagance, and have staunchly opposed privilege seeking, discipline, inspections have cut like blades through corruptions and misconduct. They have covered every party committee in all departments at the central and provincial levels. No place has been out of bounds, and no grounds left unturned. and no tolerance shown in the fight against corruption. We have taken firm action to take out tigers, whiteflies, and hunt down foxes. The goal of creating the deterrent against corruption have been initiated, attained. The cage institutions that prevent corruption have been strengthened, and more defense against corruption are in the making. The anti-corruption campaign has been built, and a clashing tide has been consolidated and continues to develop. The achievement of the past 5 years have touched every area and broken new grounds. The changes in China over the past 5 years have been profound and fundamental. For 5 years, our party has demonstrated tremendous political courage and powerful sense of mission as it had developed new ideas, new thinking, and new strategies, adopted a raft of major principles and policies, launched a host of major initiatives, and pushed ahead with many major tasks. We have solved many tough problems that were long on the agenda but never resolved, and accomplished many things that were wanted but never got done. With this, we have promoted historical shifts in the cause of the party and the country. These historical changes will have a powerful and far-reaching effect on the development of this cause. Over the past 5 years, we have acted with courage to confront major risks and tests facing the party and to address prominent problems with the party itself. Within firm resolve, we have tightened discipline and improved party conduct, fought corruption and punished wrongdoings, and removed serious potential dangers in the party and the country. As a result, both the inter-party political atmosphere and the political ecosystem of the party have improved markedly. The party's ability to innovate, power to unite, and energy to fight have all been significantly strengthened. Party solidarity and unity have been reinforced, and our engagement with the people has been greatly improved. Revolutionary tempering has been made our party stronger and is now radiates with great vitality. With this, efforts to develop the cause of the party and the country have gained a strong political underpinning.